Andrew Matheson over here.
I can't speak for myself. This is Jim Seimas over here. This is Saturday's preview of the games.
Yes, it is.
It's 12:30 at night on Tuesday. I'm a little tired.
You gave us some big insight to what we
Yeah.
do.
This is our streaker-free edition
It is.
of double coverage. And if you want a streaker, go back a couple of days, see our Friday recap.
Last week, yeah,
A clothed streaker.
that's true.
Not the greatest variety, but
You know, our first game, there might be not streaking, but some fast running.
good segue.
Yes, and both teams have pretty quality running backs, and it should be a good game between Soquel at Scotts Valley High, 2 p.m.
2 p.m. Saturday. That's my cue. Sorry. The Knights, the Falcons. Scotts Valley is through their preseason slate.
Yes.
We talked about it every week how difficult it was, and hey, guess what? You open with
Soquel.
probably the best team right now, at least in the SEC, at least the favorite to win the league. Soquel's 4-1, 1-0. They're coming off a victory. Double wing attack. Fabian Hale, Ryan Reyes. They got a 3-year start. Lucas Cordoza.
This should actually be a great game.
Should be, yeah.
I mean, everyone's saying Soquel Aptos.
Yeah.
That's the one to watch. This is the one to watch right here because that game isn't important if this something happens here. In terms of Scotts Valley can knock off Soquel, they can. They played them as good or better than any team recently. They know how to defense that triple running back attack.
Yeah. I mean, going back to 2007. These two teams have gone. Back and forth really, and each game has been decided by a single touchdown. That's how close. Going back to 2007, so it's always close.
The series is tight. The Falcons lead the lifetime series, 6 wins to 4 losses and 1 tie. So I expect more of the same. Soquel's going to try and do what they do, but they'll try and air it out a little bit more than usual, I expect.
Yeah.
And defensively, they get after it. If they keep it up with Kevin Kiff and Hale and all those guys just applying mad amounts of pressure, I see Garrett Johnson maybe getting a little rattled. I'm not sure, but I just think Soquel's defense is going to be the tail of the tape for a win or a loss here.
Yeah, Johnson threw for more than 100 yards last week. That's the most in the last 8 games for Scotts Valley, going back to last season. The big story, a little bit, they're going to get a wide receiver back. Andrew Stumbo is expected to play in this game. So that'll be a big...
Someone to compliment Jake Renberg. That'll be good.
Exactly. And Willie Johnston and Deontay Ballin and all the wide receivers that Scotts Valley has.
They need to have that balance just to keep Soquel off balance.
Well, it keeps the defense honest, and it stretches the field, and it helps Ari Oregon run a little bit better.
Yeah.
And he's pretty fantastic. But
Renberg's also been running the ball as well, right?
Renberg as well, and they have Jake Lobo, who fills in at quarterback as well, who can do some things.
Is this going to be a low-scoring defensive-led game or a high-scoring? I really can't tell. It's a coin flip on it.
I mean, last year was 30-26, so Scotts Valley. I mean, I would...
An afternoon game in the sun.
Yeah.
It's just
tired. I'm tired on Saturdays.
I'm tired right now.
Yeah, I'm exhausted right now.
All right. So
I would expect it to be in the 20s though.
Okay.
Maybe not reach 30, but
who's a 20? Because I'm going whatever it is, throw a touchdown on it, and that's what I'm taking with Soquel. I have Soquel 28-20, something like that.
Okay. Yeah, I like Soquel right now as well. But I do like to switch my picks later in the week.
He's often changed them to follow me.
I did it once.
Undefeated the last 2 weeks.
I did it once.
He's not.
And it was based on the quarterback.
Moving on.
Oh, please. I'm going to go with Soquel as well. And I'm going to keep that pick, I think, for the rest of the week.
All right. Gutsy. All right.
Next game on Saturday is Watsonville, visiting North Monterey County at 2 p.m. And I think North County is a team that everyone was kind of don't know where we put them, middle of the pack. Now they're coming off a loss, but a 1-point loss to Seaside, which is probably the best team in the Central Coast and could easily be in the Monterey Bay League, the good division, the Gap division. Yeah. And they beat Palma. They could be top dog, and they're coming off a 1-point loss to them.
When you looked at the outset of the season, when you looked down the schedules, I thought Watsonville wins this game.
Now you don't.
Now I don't think so. just by strength of opponents and whatnot, and how they played Seaside so well.
Yeah.
And obviously Watsonville has lost 3 straight.
Yeah.
And last week it was against LSL, and so I just and they had the quarterback I wanted in there, in Eddie Maras, and they had Roger Contreras, and they were the hard-hitting defense that I loved.
Michael Barcelo.
And they didn't win.
Yeah.
So now if I took them in that game and I lost, I get incorrect. I'm gonna have to be safe and go with North County on this one.
See, now, you're right. I mean, because North County almost won this. I mean, obviously 1 point, but they had 2 drives into the red zone that they turned the ball over on downs. In hindsight, you kick a field goal, you win the game.
Yeah.
But they didn't do that. And that was very early in the game that they went to, I think one stalled at the 2, which is just painful if you lose by 1 point to Seaside. Watsonville's definitely going to have their hands full, obviously.
Have you ever seen North County's field? I don't want to call it a field. If this table is their field...
Now you're insulting the great people of Castroville.
Their field runs off. The one with the hash marks, it runs off at an angle. Their field is actually more of a pyramid. I just see them, they know their field. They know how to play on that field. There's no way Watsonville wins on that field.
I feel like Watsonville's definitely getting better every single week.
Yes, they're good.
I mean, they let up 30 points last week to Al-Sal, although it was probably their best defensive performance. They fell behind early and they had to use the onside kick basically to get back in the game. They didn't get any of the onside kicks, but that gave Al-Sal a short field to score. And they're still falling behind early, but I feel like they are improving every single game, and they do have those weapons in Maras and Contreras, and Barcelo's a beast on defense. And I feel like this could be the game that they may crack through a little bit. I feel like they're getting closer every single week, and I'm just waiting for that.
I'm just saying
that once they get that first half touchdown, they score first. I think it's kind of.
So you have Watsonville then.
What if I change it later in the week?
We probably will. I like North County, and I'm going to stick with them.
I'm going to go with Watsonville right now. For right now.
The moment we walk out
chances are that could change later this week, but I'm feeling pretty confident Watsonville right now.
Okay. And our final game on Saturday is a junior college game. Bigger, stronger, faster. Chabot at Cabrillo. What are you thinking?
I'm thinking, before we go any further, I'd like to say that I'm sticking with Watsonville.
He's made up his mind, finally.
I've made up my mind in the last 5 seconds.
That's right.
Cabrillo, Chabot. Chabot's winless.
Yes, they are.
Cabrillo's 1-3, but very easily could be 3-1.
Yes, that's true.
They lost 1 game in overtime last week to Redwoods. They lost another game in the final minute.
To Los Medanos.
Los Medanos, thank you very much.
Yes. And really, through all the uncertainty and injuries, they've played some pretty darn good football.
Yeah.
I mean, they've played 3 different quarterbacks, Brent Moyer, Lucas Romanski, and Riggs Powell.
Yeah.
And they've hung in there because of their defense.
Yeah, and we don't know who's starting that quarterback yet. It's between Romanski, I think, right now, and Moyer for this game. But, Romanski filled in for Moyer last week. Did fairly solid through two touchdowns, 136 yards, 9 of 16 passing. So I don't know if that's necessarily a problem.
Yeah.
The thing to watch about Chabot, though, is that they are 0-4, but every team they've played is ranked
Okay.
in Northern California.
Delta, San Mateo, American River, Diablo Valley.
Yeah.
Okay, there's some good opponents there, but none of the games have been close.
It's 28-20 to San Joaquin Delta.
Okay, well, that's the closest game.
They're number 4 ranked.
Okay, what I see is a quarterback that has 5 touchdown passes to 11 interceptions. What I see is the greatest name of junior college football players in Hunter Rockwell. That's the running back.
Good name.
He's rushed for 1 touchdown this year. Back up that name, son. I see a good receiver who's had 3 touchdown receptions in Casey Jennings. And on the defensive side of the ball for Chabot, I see Jamal Jones with 3 interceptions this year. Aside from that, I see a shaky team that hasn't been consistent.
Yeah, I mean, their schedule is, though, difficult to overlook. I mean, we talk about that Scotts Valley schedule, and we still give them the benefit of the doubt because they're a solid football team. Why can't we do that with Chabot?
I can't. I just can't. Tell me, I rarely go for Cabrillo, but I am this week. Okay. That's set in stone.
Yeah.
I like their defense. I think their secondary is improving. With Zach Salcido had a great game last week, and he was among the leaders in tackles. He was just knocking fools.
Yeah.
It looks like their secondary play is improving. Defensive line are great, and J.P. Holbert and some of the other linebackers have really stepped it up.
Yeah. Real quick note before we make our picks, although I think you've already made yours. You've already jumped
I like to set the standard and then have you go, Jim, I agree with you.
Jim, you're so knowledgeable.
I just want to hear it. What do you say? Huh? What is it?
I just thought it was interesting. I looked up the rankings just recently.
Okay. Rankings don't mean
No, I know, but I just want to point this out. They're 0-4.
Yes.
And they're ranked 19th.
There's JUCO rankings for you. Cabrillo, set in stone. That's my pick.
I'm leaning towards Cabrillo. I think I like Cabrillo based on the fact that they are in these games.
Yes. That's good.
They're not putting themselves out. They're putting themselves in a position to win.
You don't like Cabrillo just for the fact that I like Cabrillo?
No.
Okay, just checking.
Kind of like how I liked Watsonville. You like North County.
Oh, snap.
Well, I don't get it.
All right.
I don't always pick with you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Get
Okay.
over it.
But I do like Cabrillo just based on the fact that they're kind of knocking on the door a little bit. They're not out of these games. They're, like I said, they could be 3-1 very easily.
This is a big win for them if they get it heading into conference play. So
It's against a ranked opponent.
Yeah, no.
A winless ranked opponent.
Yeah, they'll get it. They'll get it.
Yes, we'll go with Cabrillo. Although Chabot is legit, despite what the record might suggest. No, apparently not.
All right.
They're not legit at all. What?
No, they're not. Don't worry. Just watch and see the results.
Oh,
Speaking of results, where else can they check out results?
I almost want Chabot to win. Just so you have to eat your words.
Okay.
But I am picking Cabrillo. That's not changing.
But check out the results later on.
SantaCruzSentinel.com
Really? Football
and
online, and you can follow us on Twitter. What?
And your stupid sign off.
Of course, stay classy, Santa Cruz. You all know that.
So original.
Yeah.
We'll see you next week.